Hey everyone, it's the Lego Detective, and today I'm going to be reviewing another Bakugan, and it's going to be Alpha Hydranoid, the final evolution of the definitely most awesome, darkest Bakugan to ever exist. So yeah, you had the first evolution, which was one head, Dual Hydranoid, which was two heads, and finally Alpha Hydranoid with three heads. So he looks pretty cool. He's got like these diamond, like square checkerboard kind of looking pattern. He is a heavy metal Bakugan, which in the show he did like in like his canonical like form. He does have like this big blade coming out like in the middle, like on his stomach pretty much. So I guess that this is a reference to that, but it helps him spin really well. And I will definitely give you some spinning tips later on. So yeah, I like the diamond motif. The actual kind of like diamond like motif wasn't really used in the show, but you see like all these diamond like shapes all around him. And I quite like it. Darkus, of course. And let's pop him open. And there he is. So yeah, this is the Japanese version. So he's actually a bit rarer as the Japanese version, as you can see. You can't really see it that well. But it does say MG, it's a bit faded. But yeah, this is the Japanese version of him, 380 Gs, so that's the downside. I wish that he had more G power. But he does have this horn that folds up here. Oh, there we go. And then he does have these feet, and he does look really cool. He's not completely accurate to the show, however, because in the show, these are his big wings, and then his secondary heads fold out here. But in the real thing, the heads are supposed to be here. And it actually makes more sense to have the heads up here than back there. But they don't look like heads. There's just like these little mouths. I wish that there was like a little bit of sculpting behind there or something. Or maybe if these were actually the heads, and maybe if these things had little eyes on them, then it would make more sense. But I don't know, he looks a little bit more one-headed than three-headed, but he's like freaking Hydranoid. You don't even need to have three heads. He's amazing. His design is really, really great. I just wish he had more G power, because the Japanese Bakugan don't have much Gs. Nonetheless, he looks really cool. So to fold him up, push in the head, push in the horn, and the top, arms, and of course the feet. Alright, so I actually have a lot of variations of Hydranoid, so let's take a look at those real quick. Alright, so I have this clear version of Hydranoid. This is also a Japanese version. But this one does look really cool. I think it would actually be my favorite if it had a metal ring, so it's just plastic. 340 Gs on this one. Pretty cool. Then I have another Japanese version of Hydranoid, which is the Bakutech version. Yes, this was released at the start of the Bakutech series, exclusively in Subterra. It was kind of interesting as I actually have an error. As you can see, the feet are not painted, so that's kind of interesting. But let's open that up. This one is heavy metal, but it is Subterra. What's kind of interesting is that this is actually darker than your normal Subterra. On screen, it looks much, it looks kind of like the same Subterra that you all know and love, or hate. But no, 500 Gs. I wish that my darkest ones were 500, but yeah, there's the Subterra one. And then I have two Spin Master versions, and I've had these for a really long time. I have the Pyrus and Ventus versions. I'm not going to bother opening up the manual parts, but Ventus has 640, Pyrus has 680. So being a heavy metal Bakugan, you can spin this guy onto a card really easily. Just put your fingers like this and spin, and he easily lands on the card. Now he is quite unstable, so he does fall over very easily. So what some people like to do, and this does two things, you basically just fold out the manual parts. Firstly, it makes it look cool when it opens on the card because all the manual parts are out, but also when you spin it, it actually provides, it's a bit more sturdy, and when it lands on the card, the feet are already out, so it's a little bit more sturdy from the back, and it won't be able to get knocked around as much, as you can see. However, from the front, it's still pretty unsturdy, but, you know, it's Hydranoid. You don't want to mess with him anyway. So everyone, there's my review on Alpha Hydranoid. I really hope that you all enjoy my review on Alpha Hydranoid, and I can definitely tell you that I definitely recommend this Bakugan. I really love this Bakugan, and if you're a Darkus fan, you should definitely try to get one. It does go for a lot of money, but even if you end up getting the clear darkest version, it is definitely a Bakugan that I'd recommend buying. It's such a fun Bakugan, it's an awesome one in the anime, and even if you don't get it in darkest, you should still try to get it in some attribute, just because the heavy metal is really, really cool, and you're able to do spin shots with the Bakugan really well. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate liking, commenting, and subscribing. This is LEGO Detective, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.